Now, we've spoken about a few occasions where the police have had missing persons reports and either failed to grade them appropriately, such as in the case of Gaia Pope, who was graded as a medium risk missing person when she was a high risk missing person due to mental health concerns. And if you have watched his channel for any amount of time, you'll know that Gaia went on to die and was found some 9 days after she had gone missing, with Dorset Police's response during that time utterly piss poor, or just completely ignoring the fact that somebody's gone missing and not marking them as missing on the system. Well, now we have another missing person who seems to have been fouled by police again. This time, surprise, surprise, the Metropolitan Police. 24-year-old Owami Davies was last seen on the 7th of July in Croydon after leaving her home in Grays in Essex on the 4th of July. She was reported missing the previous day on the 6th of July, and on the same day the Metropolitan Police came into contact with her after they were called to an address in Croydon. Now, there does not seem to be much information as to why the police were called to the address, but the London Ambulance Service were also called. The Met spoke to Owami, but she told them that she did not want to be helped and had left the area before the London Ambulance Service arrived. Problem was that despite being reported missing, she was not marked on the police databases as a missing person. Therefore, police failed to be able to safeguard her. The other problem being that from the reports, it seems she could have been in distress or injured to some degree, hence why the ambulance was called. But police seemingly allowed her to leave, which is, in my own opinion, unlike the police. Normally, if you try to walk away, they will prevent you from doing so using some degree of threat or another, but Owami was allowed to leave. The full details of the situation are quite sketchy, as in, was the report of her missing made before the police came into contact with her on the 6th of July, or after they came into contact with her? How long did it take to mark Owami as a missing person, etc.? So we should keep that in mind. Essex Police were originally investigating as the missing persons call came from Grays in Essex, but on the 23rd of July, around 2.5 weeks or so after she went missing, they transferred the investigation to the Metropolitan Police as a lot of inquiries were being made in London. On August the 1st, the Metropolitan Police arrested 2 men aged 23 and 27 in the Croydon area on suspicion of murder in relation to the investigation, and the following day a 32-year-old third man on suspicion of murder. The following day, August the 3rd, a fourth man aged 22 was arrested by the Metropolitan Police on suspicion of murder, and on August the 6th a 27-year-old fifth man was arrested on suspicion of kidnap. However, the IOPC are currently deciding whether to investigate the Metropolitan Police because they had contact with Owami before she went missing. That's what they said, but they didn't. They had contact with her whilst she was missing. The IOPC are currently reviewing and gathering information to determine whether they will actually investigate. In a statement, Scotland Yard said, the Met's Directorate of Professional Standards were consulted, and as there had been contact with police, the IOPC were informed. The IOPC has requested the matter be referred to them. The officers are not subject to any current investigation by the Directorate of Professional Standards. The interaction recorded on the officer's body-worn video has been viewed by members of the Independent Advisory Group and Owami's family to ensure openness and transparency. Now, the Independent Advisory Group, we've spoke about this already on the channel, is a selection of community leaders that the police have gathered to view some interactions that they have had with members of the public. They say in an attempt to build trust and be transparent, although we all know they only need to show the body-worn footage of whatever incidents they want, whilst hiding other footage they don't want to be seen or scrutinised over. Owami is said to possibly be using the rail networks, but may be in a confused or vulnerable state, or so the British Transport Police have said in a statement. And to be fair, I find that a little bit contradictory, when you take into account they have arrested people on suspicion of murder in relation to the Owami investigation and a man on suspicion of kidnap. She's unlikely to be hopping on the tube if the poor girl's been murdered, and if she is hopping on the tube, then she can't have been murdered. Not sure how both things can be true at the same time, to be fair. The IOPC said in a statement, "We can confirm that we received a referral on the 5th of August from the Metropolitan Police Service in relation to contact officers had with Owami Davies in Croydon on the 6th of July after she had been reported missing to Essex Police. We are currently assessing the available information to determine what further action may be required." It's also been revealed that the Metropolitan Police, in their original press release for help in finding Owami, issued the wrong pictures from CCTV footage. I mean, you really cannot make up the amount of balls up this police force finds themselves involved in on a daily basis. And something else that actually bothers me about this is that the family of Owami said in a press release that Owami was really happy, had about 2 months left of her studies, and recently secured a job with Guy's and St Thomas's Hospital. But then the Metropolitan Police later say that Owami has been depressed and, in the absence of her medication, may use alcohol to relieve her depression. So, although this does not prove the police have yet done anything wrong, it's still important, I think, to highlight it as another potential problem for the Met, with the potential for more missed opportunities and something they will undoubtedly learn from.